A Thursday evening, Ray Coleman is on the couch, half watching the game. 54 years old, runs the loading dock at a building supply warehouse. He signs for pallets, not payments. Nobody would call him a target. That's exactly why he was one. His phone buzzes. A text from Meridian Bank, his bank. We blocked a pending charge of $940 at an electronics store 2 states away. If this wasn't you, verify your account now, and a link. Read that message again, because there's nothing wrong with it. No broken English, no dear valued customer, no misspelled bank name. It's clean, it's calm, it's the exact tone your real bank uses. It knows the amount, it knows to sound helpful. It was written to pass every test Ray had ever been taught to run.
$940? I've never been to that store in my life. No, that wasn't me. Let me lock this down.
He taps the link. Up comes the Meridian login page, the right blue, the right logo, the little padlock, the same layout he's seen 100 times. He types his username, his password. The page thinks for a second and says, confirming your identity. And right on cue, his phone rings.
Mr. Coleman, this is the fraud department at Meridian Bank. I'm calling about a $940 charge we just stopped. Good news, we caught it in time. I just need to move your balance into a protected account before they try again. Are you at a computer?
And notice how perfectly the pieces fit. The text scared him, the website took his password. And now a calm human voice is here to rescue him from the emergency they invented 90 seconds ago. Every step handed him to the next. None of it was real. Ray's hand is already moving toward the laptop, and then a small, stubborn thing snags.
I'm going to send you a 6-digit code by text to authorize the transfer. Read it back to me as soon as it arrives, and we'll have this locked down in under a minute.
A code to read out loud. And somewhere in the back of Ray's memory, a sentence his daughter had drilled into him. The bank will never ask you to read a code out loud. The code is the lock. Handing it over is unlocking the door yourself.
Hang on. Why would I read you a code? And why did I get here from a link in a text, instead of the number on the back of my card? Let me just call the bank myself.
Sir, I understand, but if you hang up now, the transfer window closes and the funds are gone. I'm the senior specialist on this case. There isn't time to call back. Stay on the line with me.
And there it is, the one move a real bank never makes. Don't hang up, don't call us back, don't check. A real fraud line wants you to call the number on your card. That's the whole point of it. This one was terrified of that phone call. The urgency wasn't protecting Ray. The urgency was the scam. So Ray did the 2-second thing. He hung up. He turned his card over, dialed the number printed on the back, and asked the real Meridian, was a $940 charge blocked on my account tonight? The real bank had no idea what he was talking about. There was no charge. There was no fraud department calling him. There never had been. Here is what actually happened, step by step, because every piece of it is now cheap, fast, and automated. It starts with data you didn't know was loose. A breach somewhere leaks a list, names, phone numbers, which bank you use. Ray never handed his number to a criminal. It was sitting in a spreadsheet from a company hack he never even heard about. That list is the raw material. Then comes the part that changed everything. For years, the scam text was easy to spot, clumsy grammar, weird spacing, a word no real bank would use. That was the tell. Artificial intelligence erased the tell. The FBI says it plainly. Criminals now use generative AI tools to, quote, limit grammatical or spelling errors for foreign criminal actors targeting U.S. victims. Read that again. The typos that used to save you, a machine takes them out. The broken English you were trained to catch is gone on purpose. And it doesn't write one message. The FBI's words again. Criminals create messages to send to victims faster, allowing them to reach a wider audience with believable content. One person, one afternoon, can now send a flawless, personalized bank alert to 100,000 people. The cost of sounding exactly like your bank dropped to almost nothing. The link in that text went to a website the criminals generated, a copy of the Meridian login page good enough that Ray's own eyes signed off. The FBI warns that criminals generate content for fraudulent websites and even embed AI-powered chatbots in them to prompt victims to click. The fake page isn't a clue anymore. It's a mirror. The moment Ray typed his password into that mirror, the criminals had it in real time, but a password alone often isn't enough. The bank texts a one-time code to approve anything big, so they need Ray to hand that code over himself. That's what the phone call is for. This is the smishing to call handoff. Smishing is just phishing by text, the FBI's term for malicious targeting using SMS messages. The text creates the fear. The website steals the password. The call collects the code or talks you into moving the money yourself. 3 channels, 1 victim, 1 continuous story. And notice the second voice on the call, the senior specialist. Same trick as every scam in this series. 1 authority, then a second one to back him up. 2 calm professionals are harder to doubt than 1. Neither of them was a person who works at a bank. 1 may not have been a person at all. Every version of this ends the same way, with you doing the final step, reading the code, approving the transfer, moving your own money to a safe account that belongs to them. They can fake the text, fake the site, fake the voice. The one thing they still need is your hand on the button, which is exactly where you get to stop it. This is not a fringe scam by the numbers, it is the most common internet crime in the country. In the FBI's 2025 Internet Crime Report, phishing and spoofing was the #1 complaint type by volume. 191,561 reports in a single year, more than double the next crime on the list. More people were hit by this than by any other online scheme, period. And the money is climbing fast. Reported losses to phishing and spoofing went from about $70 million in 2024 to $216 million in 2025, roughly triple in 1 year. The same trick that's been around forever just got a new engine. That engine has a name in the report now. For the first time, the FBI broke out artificial intelligence as its own category, more than 22,000 complaints, and adjusted losses over $893 million. And it describes our exact scam, chat generators quickly creating official-sounding emails that can contain phishing links. The Federal Trade Commission is watching the same wave from the other side. It points to a study finding that text messages get opened almost every time, open rates as high as 98%. A scammer who reaches your inbox might be ignored. A scammer who reaches your text messages is almost guaranteed to be read. And the impersonation is relentless. The FTC reports imposter scams were the #1 scam for the 9th year in a row, more than 1 million reports in 2025, and $3.5 billion lost. Government imposters alone jumped 40%, driven in part by those fake unpaid toll texts spoofing real programs like EasyPass and SunPass. So this is not Ray being foolish. This is the single most common attack in the country, aimed by machine at everyone with a phone, engineered to be flawless. Ray was 1 wrong tap, and 1 spoken code away from his own number in that report. Here is exactly what he did instead, and what you can too. The playbook, 5 steps built straight from the FBI and the FTC. Not be suspicious of everything. Specific habits you can lock in tonight and teach to anyone in your life who owns a phone. Step 1. Urgency is the attack, not a detail of it. The FTC's own words. Scammers want you to react quickly, but it's best to stop and check it out. A real fraud alert survives you putting the phone down for 2 minutes. A fake one dies in those 2 minutes. So when a message pushes you to act right now, that pressure is the alarm bell itself. Step 2. Never use the link or the number they gave you. This is the whole game. The FTC says it exactly. Reach out to the company or bank using a phone number or website you know is real, not the info from the text. Type the address yourself. Call the number on the back of your card. The FBI's version, hang up, look up the real contact, and call directly. The channel they handed you is the trap. Step 3. Know the 2 things a real bank will never ask. It will never ask you to read a one-time code out loud. The FBI is blunt. Never share your 2-factor codes with anyone. And it will never ask you to move your money to a safe or protected account. Both of those requests mean the same thing every time. You are not talking to your bank.
Why would I read you a code? And why did I get here from a link instead of my own card? That was it. That one question ended the whole thing.
Step 4. Perfect spelling is no longer proof of anything. For a generation, bad grammar was how you spotted a scam. The FBI now confirms AI is used to strip those errors out. So flip the rule. Judge the request, not the writing. A flawless message asking you to click, log in, or hand over a code is still a scam. It's just a scam that spell-checked itself. Step 5. If you already clicked, typed, or spoke, move in minutes, not hours. Call your bank on the real number and freeze the account. Change the password you just entered, everywhere you reused it. Turn on multi-factor authentication. Then report it. Forward the scam text to 7726, that's SPAM on your keypad, and file it with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center and the FTC. Speed is the only thing on your side once they're inside. One more time, the whole list. 1. Urgency is the attack. Stop and check. 2. Never use their link or number. Go to the source you already trust. 3. No real bank asks for a code out loud or a transfer to a safe account. 4. Perfect grammar proves nothing. Judge the request, not the writing. 5. If it already happened, call the real bank, change passwords, turn on two-factor, and report it fast. And underneath all 5, one habit that beats the machine every time. When any message pushes you toward money or a code, don't answer it on its own terms. Close it. Open a channel you already trust, the app you installed, the number on your card, and ask the real company yourself. The scam only works inside the conversation it started. Leave that conversation and it has nothing. Next time, the scam that doesn't scare you, it befriends you. A stranger who becomes the most attentive person in your life, texting good morning for weeks, until the day the conversation turns to an investment that can't lose, and every warm, patient word of it written by a machine. We break down the AI romance and investment scam, and the question that collapses it. If anyone you know owns a phone and a bank account, that's all it takes. Send them this one. The next flawless text they get might be the one that knows their bank. 2 seconds, one call to a number they already trust, and the whole thing falls apart. Stop and check.